So let's take a look at Devlin Hodges' first half numbers versus the Buffalo Bills. He was 5 of 11 for 43 yards, 1 interception, 5 drives, 1 field goal. You know, it was really a half to kind of forget. You know, that's less than 4 yards per attempt. That's terrible. And one of the drives was not his fault on how it ended. Let's get into the film part. This is a 2nd and 8, and this is almost right away, and it's kind of raised a little flag with me. This is going to be a slant Johnson out of the top, and this is pitch and go for Hodges. Just missed it. An easy slant with Johnson on a nice break. But if you actually look at his feet work here. His toe is not really pointed towards Johnson's plant foot, or pointed towards the side. That affected his accuracy. Here we go. We got a 3rd and 8. The next play. And this is something I saw a lot during this game. Get locked in side. And this is something we have not seen a ton of out of Hodges. He is absolutely going to be locked in to this top side. And when I first saw this play, I was like, whoa, what is going on? Where's he throwing to? You actually kind of look at it a little more, it's actually a good throw. The problem is there was just 2 wide receivers in the same area. And why did that really happen? I think it was more they were looking at the same area. But if you see, Hodges throws to a spot, Johnson's there. And that's just a simple comeback for Johnson. And you'll see a better angle here. Breaking on. This is a nice throw, but he's just locked in. And he gets his feet set just a bit. Takes his time here. Does make a good throw. Now, why is Tevin Jones there? Maybe Tevin Jones thought it was an overthrow to him. Don't really know. Here we got a 1st and 10. And this is just Hodges looks to be audibling out of the play. Is he seeing something to Jones here? Well, not sure what he really saw there. Other than maybe the matchup. And Tevin Jones just simply drops it. Would have liked to have seen a different pattern out of that. Especially it being 1st and. And easily could have been picked off. We got a 3rd and 14. And this is where he throws into the double coverage and test one of the better coverage corners in the NFL down in Washington. And he pays the price. It's a 4th throw. One thing that you will see is, he drifts right into the coverage, into the pressure. But watch his feet here. And he drifts, and he starts to drift right there. drifts right into the coverage. He can't throw into the ball. He can't throw into it. And it's not the best of decisions anyway, throwing into double coverage. And White is not going to miss. That's just simple pitch and catch. But, that's not as good as a punt, like some people have said. Unless you like 35-yard punts. We got a 1st and 10. He's going to throw a nice ball up to Washington. And it's going to be a little behind him. It's going to be down here at the bottom of this. It's going to be a bit behind him. But still, I like the attacking the one-on-one. And I've been saying this for even when Mason Rudolph was, that I like the attacking the one-on-one coverages. Throw up those 50-50 balls and leave it up to your wide receivers. You're going to see here that, it's not the best of throws. Still leaves it up to the wide receiver. We got a 2nd and 13. And this is going to be another throw to Washington. But Hodges is not going to be able to get his feet set. And, he escapes the pressure. And this kind of does show up a little. This does kind of show his not having an elite arm. It's not bad, just not elite. And the pressure just kills this play from the beginning. He gets a little more time. Maybe he goes over them. I mean, Washington's basically has a step that entire route, but it's the pressure. And he just can't complete it. And he never is able to get his feet set. And you'll see what happens, what blows up this play. I mean, he just runs through a double team. I mean, that's terrible. You can't do that. And Hodges almost completes it. Maybe not the wisest of throws, but he still had a shot. We got a 3rd and 13. And here's where he's going to be locked in with no progression. And that was kind of frustrating to see this first half. And it was not a good throw. More here. See where he's only locked in on. And that's just a poor throw. But I don't understand, this has happened a few times during this game, is these wide receivers are in the same area. It was a poor choice. Exactly what is Kane doing? 17. Don't really understand what Hodges is seeing on the play. Definitely saw more than what I saw. Here's the 3rd and 10. And luckily for Hodges here, he does have mobility, as there's going to be a blitz right up the middle that isn't picked up. And Connor absolutely blows the pickup there. And it destroys another play. And we got Tevin Jones running free through the middle. But because of the pressure, That's a 3rd and 10. That's a drive killer right there. And I'm not going to just blame it all on Hodges there. And I'm definitely not going to put it just all on Connor's shoulders for missing the blitz pickup. But this is something that, we saw a lot in the first half, was blitzes on almost every pass play. undefended. And this is where I'll give Hodges kudos, just getting rid of that ball. And it didn't cause any harm. Yeah, we trailed the game 7-3 at half. And if we're going to, I was pretty all right with how the first half went with Hodges for the most part. You know, you got to remember, this is a top 5 pass defensive team. At 5 of 11 for 43 yards, that's not good. And the interception. And we saw more of that second half, and I'll get to that where I'll really break down a lot more film and show the implosion. Continued bad reads by Devlin. Bad decisions. But after the first half, yeah, he raised some big red flags because of some of his decision making. And the footwork continues to be a frustrating thing. Well, there you go, Steeler Nation. Hopefully you enjoyed my film study of the first half of the Buffalo Bills versus the Steelers, with featuring Devlin Hodges. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked my content. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. But be sure to subscribe. Smash that bell to get notified when I go live or content. Laters.